Okay, we have a commercial Vane pump here that came off of a roll-off truck, and they're saying that the oil is getting into the transmission through this seal. That's from the mechanics. So we're going to pop this up, take a look. We're going to look at the cartridge, make sure it's okay, and we'll open this thing up and find out what's going on here. Okay. What I'm going to have to do is put this in the vise, crack these off. Body seal. Try this cartridge out. Okay, so this is what's going on. Now you'll see why it's leaking. This bearing is blown up, and that's why it leaks. So we're going to check the vane out for sure. We're going to have to get a new bearing and a seal. This is exactly why it's leaking. That's a little circlip. Let me get a little tool here. Okay, we got a snap ring in there. Let me get a pair of pliers. So you're going to get this snap ring out. There's your snap ring. So you see the bearing's been busted. That's why the seal's shot. Shaft looks pretty good. So we know that why it's leaking now, which is no big deal. We'll pop this seal out anyways. So we need a new seal for sure. And we need a new bearing. Now we're going to take a look at the vanes in this thing, just to double check before we go any further. Make sure there's no damage in there. Now one thing you should do, so you don't get confused, what I like to do, let me get a straight edge here. The reason I do this is just in case this thing sits for a while. If I take a scribe and I just want to scribe the body, get a little triangle on here. In case something happens, or see this little triangle, that way I know if this thing has to set for a week or so that it goes back exactly how it came apart. But we're going to look in here before we go any further, make sure the thing is okay. And I'll show you how you put it back together. But I want to look inside and make sure there's no damage in here, because there was a bunch of bearing parts in there. Okay, surprisingly, this thing looks pretty good. Okay, but I'm just gonna, you want to make sure this cam doesn't change. Okay, I'm just gonna look at him and lift it up without doing too much. Okay, that thing looks pretty clean. So that thing looks pretty clean. Okay, we're gonna put it right back on. Like that. There's no damage in this thing. It looks good. So we know that all this thing needs a brand new bearing. Let me show you how you take a piston compressor, put it back on right now. Take a piston compressor here. I'm going to tighten this up and we're going to lock it down. But we had to look in there to make sure there was no damage, and it's pretty clean in there, so happy about that. Get that in there, then you're going to tighten these back down. So now we just have to there's no tag on this unit. The customers told me it's a commercial. So we'll see if we can ID, or we have a seal, and then I'll try to ID the bearing to get them back in business. Okay, so you got that. Take that off, and this way it lines it up. And we put it back in. So we know that's good. There's nothing wrong with this. Okay, so all it was, basically the bearing blew out and it took the seal out. Okay, it's all right here. See, that all came off. And this little keeper, the circlip, is what holds on the bearing, so we don't want to lose that. So keep that there. I'll look for the bearing. This has a number on it. It's a 6207. Okay, I think we have these. All right, stand by, and I'll see about getting the seal for this thing.